And some major developments on immigration and the fate of the Dreamers, those 800,000 young people who were brought here as children by undocumented parents. Overnight, a judge blocked President Trump's plan to roll back protections for the Dreamers, a decision that came on the heels of that extraordinary scene at the White House yesterday when President Trump invited cameras in to watch him try and negotiate a deal on the issue with Democrats and Republicans.
I feel having the Democrats in with us is absolutely vital because this should be a bipartisan bill. This should be a bill of love. Truly, it should be a bill of love, and we can do that. But it also has to be a bill where we're able to secure our border.
New phrase from the president there, bill of love. Let's break this all down with our chief White House correspondent, John Karl, our senior congressional correspondent, Mary Bruce. And John, let me begin with you. You were in that room yesterday when the president called the audible to have the cameras come in, trying to push them to come to a deal. And then you have this new twist overnight, the judge blocking the president's plan on the Dreamers.
Right, and George, that judge's decision looks like good news for the Dreamers. The president's plan to phase out the DACA program by March 5th is in question, but there's a potential downside here, George. Nothing forces Congress to act like a looming deadline. That March 5th deadline was why you saw this meeting happen here at the White House yesterday. With that deadline now temporarily at least in question, it may relieve some of the pressure on Congress to act now.
And Mary, we also saw yesterday some of the perils of negotiating on live television. I want to show the president answering a question from Democratic Senator Dianne Feinstein of California.
What about a clean DACA bill now, and with a commitment that we go into a comprehensive immigration reform procedure like we did back, I remember when Kennedy was here.
I have no problem. I think that's basically what Dick is saying. We're going to come out with DACA. We're going to do DACA, and then we can start immediately on the phase 2, which would be comprehensive.
Would you be agreeable to that?
Yeah, I would like to defer.
Mr. President, you need to be clear, though. I think what Senator Feinstein's asking here, when we talk about just DACA, we don't want to be back here 2 years later. You have to have security, as the Secretary would tell you.
But I think that's what she's saying.
Mary, you see the Republicans kind of alarmed there when the president seemed to give the Democratic Senator Dianne Feinstein exactly what she wanted. Of course, the devil is in the details, but I know there's some optimism now on Capitol Hill that they actually can come to agreement left to their own devices.
Yeah, the president there surprising many when he did at one point seem to side more with the Democrats there. And the president, look, he's still insisting that his wall has to be part of any deal here. But a lot of this may come down to what exactly a wall looks like. As you heard there, Republicans want any deal to protect Dreamers to also include broader border security, while Democrats say let's tackle Dreamers first and then move on to those broader reforms. The bottom line, George, is that this morning there is still no deal, though there is some progress. And the president has put all of this now in Congress's court. He says ultimately he'll sign whatever lawmakers here can agree to.
Yeah, and the president did back away from that idea of a nationwide 2,000-mile wall. John, on another subject, Steve Bannon, the fallout from that book, Fire and Fury, continues. He's now been let go from Breitbart, which was really his last perch after leaving the White House.
It really was. When Bannon left the White House, he suggested that he would be even more influential, more powerful as an outside advocate for Trump's priorities. But the president has made it clear to all of his allies inside and outside of the White House that they have to make a choice. It's either him or it's Steve Bannon. They have chosen the president. Bannon now will have a very hard time having influence, losing that perch.
But Mary, you've got a Bannon-type candidate, Sheriff Joe Arpaio out there in Arizona, who's been pardoned by President Trump, out there making a real challenge in that Senate race.
Yet this is a huge shakeup in what is becoming a very crowded Arizona Senate race. Joe Arpaio is a lightning rod of a figure known for his hardline stance on immigration, once convicted for defying a court order to stop racial profiling. President Trump did make that controversial move to pardon him, but the White House now is not commenting on his move to enter this race.
A lot going on in D.C. Mary and John, thanks very much. Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.